Mayor Pro Tem Rupertus is out. Alderman Green is out. Alderman Welch.
Here.
Alderman Madrake.
Here.
Alderwoman Jones.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Do pledge allegiance again.
Yeah. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor to Texas flag.
Pledge allegiance to
Texas,
One state, under
under
God, one indivisible.
Okay. We've had a couple of requests for citizen comments, and at this time, I just want to let everybody know that, you know, we welcome these inquiries. But they must be on agenda items at this time. We will be looking into that. We always welcome any input.
I protested this. This is ridiculous.
Order, please.
Order my butt.
Order. I'll have you removed.
King Clay.
I'm sorry.
We will,
Have me removed. Throw me out in cuffs.
Come on, Mark. Relax, bro.
thank you. We will be checking into this, because like I said, I've always welcomed, I've talked to most of y'all at any time, many times through any given week. I answer emails, phone calls on a routine basis. You know, I want to hear from everyone of y'all, bad, good, or indifferent. And you may not always like what we have to say, but at the same time, it's what needs to be done. Other than that, we'll go on. Reports
Can I ask
from.
a question? So, just 2 brief questions.
Well, after the meeting, we can visit.
Okay.
Yeah. Report from directors. Alderman Jones.
Directors?
I'm sorry, directors. I jumped over. Reports from directors. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Of course, in front of you, I gave you your required quarterly financials. I'll read out a couple that most people like to know about. We've collected, these are through the end of June 30. Hotel motel tax, $482,348.44. We're at 101% of what I budgeted as far as revenue. Now, we hired a company to bring in more hotel motel funds. We budgeted, and the cost of that was $13,000. We've actually collected on the $50 that you said in the ordinance to have residents register their properties. We've collected $6,350. We're still out $6,650 on that, just so you know. And then I gave you there with the water line projects, phase 2 and 3. I kind of gave you an update on that, and then also the Blackberry lift station. We were under budget on that project as well, which I have, okay? The last thing that I got, the recodification of the ordinances. I know I've had some question about adding certain ones to the website. There's not a place yet to do that. Hopefully, we're in the last phase of this recodification. We have a meeting on Wednesday to finalize that. So I'm hoping, since MuniCode and Civic Plus, they've merged, so now it's actually Civic Plus. It'll be a very simple process to bring all of those ordinances over at one time. I'm hoping in 60 days it'll be there, so you can just bear with us. Hopefully, this will be the last part of this recodification of these ordinances. They have all of them. They're caught or whatever, and then hopefully we'll get them out there.
Yeah, and what she's talking about is, what this allows you to do is like golf cart, and you can search golf cart, and it's gonna come up with all the golf cart ordinances. Before, as many of y'all know, looking through it, you had to go through every ordinance dating back to the beginning of the city to find each one. And what we've done now is codified that, had to hire a company because of legalities, and now it's basically searchable by one word.
And all the amending and all the changing and all that, so, it took them a little bit of time
Yeah.
from 1975 to present to get all that together, so, and they had some lag time on there that, you know, they said COVID was why they were so far behind, but anyway, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, almost 60 days, and hopefully they're not there, so.
Rob?
I will apologize that I don't have a written report, but this will be the last time that you don't have a written report. When hired, I told you, you all in executive session, you asked me what I was gonna do first, and I was still working on a hurricane plan. It's in draft form right now, still working on some of the more of the logistics where we will have a mobile city hall, things of that nature, and where we're going to have it, where we'll move it to, whether it be phase 2, or category 2, category 3, category 4, and how far inland we're gonna have to go with this. So it's still in draft form. Hopefully by next meeting, not the workshop meeting, but the following meeting, we'll have something to put in your hand. As my email address has become available on our website, I'm getting call after call after call after call on complaints. I guess that's what I do. And unfortunately, I'm going to address you all. If you sent one in and I haven't gotten to you, it's because apparently this has been a vacant position for a long time now, and I'm trying to get to them as fast as possible.
What is your position?
It is a director of operations. So I'm trying to get to everybody as fast as possible. It will happen. Just give me some. I'm not going to say give me. I'm a staff of one. Okay.
We don't have him on the server yet.
Yes. So yeah.
He's having issues with his computer.
Right. So I'm a staff of one. So having to do that.
What's your name?
I'm sorry.
Your name?
Once again, Robert Quintero, Quintero.
Director of Operations?
Director of Operations, yes ma'am. So I can't get to them all at one time. I'd like to. I go to drive-bys and go see which we prioritize them. You know, there's a major leak right now going on. There's some things that we have to take care of like that we're trying to put a cap on as soon as possible. One thing I did meet today with the Texas Water Development Board, and they were doing a assessment, the community assessment visit that they came down here and did. This report's going to be going to FEMA eventually. Mayor, you will be getting the copy of it. Things that we have to address before we send it to FEMA. And those are some of the main things that we're taking care of right now. But I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, if you have something that's working or that you need me to address, call me or send me an email. I will get to it. Once again, it's a staff of one. That's me. So when I'm out of the office, I can't answer your emails. So what I'm trying to do is answer emails the first 45 minutes that I'm here and the last 45 minutes while I'm here. Other than that, I've got to do some work. So, thank y'all.
Chief? Next item is, reports from council. Alderman Jones?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. A couple of things. City has a personnel policy from 2017 and a standard of operating procedure for public information requests. I'm not aware of any other standard operating procedures. Now, I could be wrong, but because of recent negative events, I'd like to move forward with something positive. There is no standard operating procedure that I'm aware of putting things on the agenda, except for Debbie telling me that I have to run it past the mayor. So Mayor, I'm running it past the mayor. May I borrow your words from March 7th, 2022 meeting? We will always welcome suggestions, constructive criticism, and ideas. A citizen approached me with an idea, and using the mayor's suggestion, we formed an advisory committee and tackled something that these citizens felt would benefit the city. The advisory committee focused on one area and wrote a code of ethics that would cover council, staff, employees, boards, and committees. This would set a solid foundation for years to come. That's 15 points. It's very simple. It's written very simple. I could understand it. So, and we've included the sources from the Texas government codes. So it has backup. So it's not just opinion. I'll be happy to share this with you, Mayor. And I'm asking for this to be placed on the agenda in the near future. Council can discuss it. Maybe we could have it as a town hall. People can then discuss it with us and have a voice and an opinion on it too. But I do ask that we adopt a code of ethics for the city of Jamaica Beach. I'll be happy to read it. It's 4 pages long, but I don't want to take up that time. I'll go ahead and put it on my social media on Facebook as a draft, as an idea. It's not anything official, and I'll make sure that that's clarified. Second, I watch our community social groups as close as I can. I mean, I work, I am a caregiver for my partner, as most people know, so I'm quite busy. But there's 6 different groups just on Facebook that I'm aware of. There's another one that's getting busier on Twitter besides. I like Twitter. But it gives me a good feel of what's important to the people of Jamaica Beach. There's issues that come up every year. A year ago, a group of citizens approached me and the mayor with a nuisance ordinance in which homeowners would get a citation for trash, noise, lights, and other issues that are already ordinances on our books. But they don't have enough teeth for our police department to enforce. This idea was given to us that have officers give 3 citations from or our code enforcement officer, and they would contact the owner on record on GCAD, and that person would get a hefty ticket after 3 warnings. It's all laid out in this draft. Other cities have nuisance laws with healthy fines. And sadly, when this idea was brought up to the mayor, I know you were really busy, you were just newly put in, but it was never brought up to council. I still have a copy, and I'd be happy to give that to you again. But Mayor, the good people of Jamaica Beach came to me with problems, and we came up with 2 solutions. I'm asking again to place these 2 ideas on the agenda so as a town hall, so our community can have input, council can make final decision, but we can discuss these. As there's an old saying, don't bring up a problem without having a solution. Thank you, Mayor.
I don't have a report at this time.
No real report. I would like a copy of that code of ethics, if you wouldn't mind. I'd appreciate it. Just send it to my city email.
Your city email?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And as far as parks, nothing much going on until Halloween.
Other than that, next order of business will be consent agenda and approval of minutes.
Mayor,
Do I have a motion to discuss?
I would like to make a motion to discuss, please.
Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, discussion.
On the minutes, Mayor, I noticed on the agenda, the very last page, there is a
misspelled contract. I've already corrected in what you got there, Taz.
no, that's not what I'm bringing up.
Okay, and then also, the name, where I had your name, I've already corrected that. So what else did you find that I missed
And,
that one?
and thank you, no, I wasn't bringing those up at all. And you replied to me in my email when I asked you and said you could fix those, and thank you.
You're welcome.
The very last page of the agenda packet includes the open records request from June 6th on, but I'm interested in a citizen brought this to my attention, that they put in an open record request on June 3rd. That is not included in the open records request.
Is that the one I had to send to the Attorney General?
Yes, ma'am.
I have no ruling back, so I didn't put it on there.
Okay, but even though, okay, it's confusing, because if
It considers, it is also with a legal matter, so I did not put it on there.
okay,
Okay.
so there was a
It's
reason.
been sent to the attorneys, it's gone through the Attorney General, so I'm waiting before I decide that I legally can put it on there.
Okay, so you'll put that on there for,
If
After
the attorneys
the
tell me
ruling.
that I can, yes.
okay, thank you, that will help, this citizen, appreciate that answer.
She should have been notified.
I
I
just,
mean, you brought it up, somebody's telling you, she should have got a letter from the attorneys addressing the issue.
okay, she asked me today to ask you about it, so that's all.
I'm waiting to see what the attorneys say back. What you got?
Yes, sir.
I've got some corrections to the minutes on, my report from last meeting.
Okay?
I'm gonna give you the marked up copy.
You talking about the 20th, or are you talking about, which one are you talking about? There's
It says
two.
Alderman Gray reported that Don Tanner
Uh-huh.
getting bids.
If that, according to the recording, that's what I thought I heard.
Ma'am,
I said, according to the recording, that's what I,
you probably heard that.
okay,
I'm just trying to correct my
okay,
poor report.
okay. What is it that I'm correcting?
Okay,
Yeah.
what I wanted to do was change, Don Tanner to Towner.
Oh, it's Towner,
Yes, I've got it here marked up for you.
okay.
It says getting bids to replace the palm trees, council's a lot of talk about it, I went through that. Then I said that, on June 15th, I met with Carver Ray, and I talked with Carver Ray, and it's not Ray, it's W-R-A-Y.
Okay,
He is the project manager of coastal erosion and flood response center. Basically then I said to start beach replenishment plan, but it's planning for
Okay.
our beach. And you should have approval sometime in September of this year, which means maybe we have beach replenishment by next October. That's it, thank you.
okay, I get it.
Okay, will we, like to approve those minutes?
Motion
With those.
Motion to table minutes until all corrections are made.
Okay, motion,
I second.
Are you, which one? Just the 20th or the second one? There's two sets there. Only been
I
said
think-
once.
Yeah, I don't think there was any corrections on the second, there's only corrections on
Let
one.
them talk and see.
Did this correct June plan? Is that a motion? If I misspoke, I apologize.
I think it was just the one,
It's just June 20.
just June 20.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We want to go ahead and approve
That's up to y'all.
What's the other one?
the, approval of minutes for the workshop meeting of 7/11, July 11, 2022.
I need you to
Approve
report.
that.
Motion to approve.
These minutes.
Motion second motion.
Okay, you can say that.
Um,
You're supposed to set it out what you're,
So-
what you're making the motion.
We have
about.
tabled the
For record.
6/20 and passed the July 11th. New business, discussion, consideration, and take action to appoint Ray Opala to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Point of order, y'all didn't, you didn't take the vote on the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we did.
We made it.
Made a motion to discuss, but.
I apologize.
I'm just trying to keep you straight.
Okay, thank you.
That's for the vote.
Yes, may I have a vote, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Reasonable. I'm gonna hit myself. New business, discussion, consideration, and take action to appoint Ray Okola to the Planning and Zoning Commission to fill the open commissioner's position vacated by Sandy Joseph. Have a motion to discuss.
Yeah. Enlighten me, what is this? I don't think we
Move this after motion to
I'll make the
discuss.
motion to discuss.
It's a second.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is for planning and zoning, we're filling the vacancy.
Vacancy plan. Who's the planning and zoning commission?
Brad, you wanna answer some of these questions, please?
Yeah, Brad, who's the planning and zoning commission? I'm just trying to catch myself back up to speed on something I should already know, so.
What is
I
the
apologize for that.
function or who is on it?
Who is on the commission?
Sandy Joseph was the chair of the commission
Right.
and he's resigned.
Okay.
Don Towner is on it. Oris Moody, Rhonda Cameron, and Joe Kapalewski.
Okay.
We have 5 commissioners total. We did last year have an alternate commissioner, which is still up for council's consideration. We don't have any nominees for that at this juncture. But being that Sandy has resigned, then his position has to be replaced. Our honorable council member Madre was the chair before he got elected to city council, so.
Is-
Any other questions?
Thanks, Brad.
That's my part.
Motion to vote.
Motion to appoint Ray Okola to the planning and zoning commission to fill the open commissioner's position vacated by Sandy Joseph.
Second.
I'll second.
Vote please.
Aye.
Aye.
3-0 pass. Mayor's report. I just wanna say that we're working hard to keep things rolling. We've had a great plan. We worked off our budget this year. Current to date, we've saved almost $1 million from what was budgeted, and we take pride in that. Renegotiating contracts, and work hard on there again. We always want to hear any ideas, any thoughts people are saying. I talk to a ton of people every week, and I know our council is talking to people, and the council is bringing us ideas. We meet probably 3 to 4 times a week here with staff. I do to keep things going. I take pride in what we do, and we are really working hard. To address a few things, agenda items, you know, as always, it's always been this way. Even with Spicer and Vic, we're part of the, when they were mayors, there's always been a way of getting things put on the agenda, and it's the same way as it is now.
What is that procedure? I don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
What is
just,
that?
as what I've just stated.
Whatever you approve
You
of.
talk to only those you wanna hear.
No, explain to the
I'm
person.
I'm sorry, this is during the mayor's report, please. If you have something to say, say
Yeah,
it.
speak truth.
Just, if you could just tell us the procedure, Clay, I just would like
The
clarification.
procedure is you can email, you can call,
Bullshit.
and you can email, you can call, and, you can call me, you can call staff, you can call any city council member. And we will do our best to get it taken care of. We will either address it, and if we think it's something that needs to be put on the agenda, we will definitely get it put on the agenda. As far as the nuisance ordinance that Alderman Jones spoke of, we do as much, the police are doing as good a job as they can. We had a meeting just a couple of weeks ago, And we went to a zero tolerance now, you know, and there again, that zero tolerance is not only our guests and our tourists that are in the community, but it's also citizens of our community. If you've got noise playing and it's beyond the decibel meter, then you will get a ticket. And then you can talk to the judge and the prosecutor about how to address that. Parking, same thing with parking and all that. Other than that, that's about all I have. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
This young lady has a question, I reviewed her answer, she's very.
I just wanted to know.
It's during the mayor's report.
I'm just putting in a request.
What's the harm? What's the harm?
It's the quorum, it's the way we have to carry this meeting, as the state law. She can talk to me afterwards, I'll be more than happy to listen. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Yes, ma'am.